gentlemen, this is amateur repair time. Back to you with another cool pickup video today. We're in beautiful Rock Hill, South Carolina, or close by, way out in the country right now. And I'm heading to pick up a whole bunch of radio stuff. And I figure maybe we make a video out of it since I haven't put any videos out in a while. And let you know that no, I have not stopped working on stuff, and I have not stopped the channel. That's just I had a bunch of stuff come up I had to do, so I didn't have the extra time to make these extra videos. We have our video game store here in Rock Hill, and so we do a lot of videos on arcade games and jukeboxes over on our other channel, and pinball machines, of course. And then on the weekends, I have my brother Donnie channel with my brother, and we do a lot of videos over there about renovating mobile homes and properties and his stuff on his farm and things like that. And so in my spare time, I do these amateur repair time videos. And I enjoy doing them on clocks and radios and record players and all the stuff you've seen on the channel. But I have not stopped enjoying clocks, radios, record players, and all the things you see on the channel. It's just I've been doing a lot of other stuff that haven't had as much spare time lately. But that's freeing up a little bit again, so we're going to be putting out more videos. So I've got a whole bunch of tube radios. I love them. Love them, love them, love them. We're working on one right now. That's what the last video was about. Finding an old Philco radio that the wiring was just destroyed in, so we're still working on that. But I love picking up tubes for the radios. And on Facebook, an ad popped up where this guy has just an unbelievable amount of old tubes that he was selling. And I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to pay for them, and I'm going to go pick them up. Okay, so we're on the way to pick them up now. The ad was for $450 for a ton of tubes. I think 3 different testers, and it looked like some radio or TV parts. Now, the problem you run into is a lot of times these tubes, they're not really for radios, they're for TVs. And TV tubes are almost useless because you just don't have a lot of people repairing TVs anymore. So you don't need the amount of tubes that are available for TVs because you just don't have the number of TVs around that you used to. Now radios, the tubes that will work in a radio, and there's some crossover between them, but the tubes that will work in a radio are more valuable because there's more people working on radios. And also, there are people making amplifiers, which is basically what a radio is. And so they're making guitar amps and things like that. So the sound-related tubes are pretty desirable. But the ones that are, you know, television tubes, and I'm not talking about the CRT, I'm talking about the actual vacuum tubes that run it, aren't as valuable. So I could be about to buy $450 worth of television tubes, and I don't really repair televisions. But we'll see. I imagine there'll be some stuff in there that I can use. Now you might think, well, why are you buying them sight unseen? Well, I saw some pictures, and I didn't see part numbers or anything, but there are so many there, I just couldn't resist. There's just way too many of them for there not to be some cool stuff. And you know, there might be some real gems in there. So I'm gonna show you what we pick up. I'm gonna show you some pictures of what we're going to get. And then we'll get them all loaded in the truck, and then we'll get them back somewhere safe where we can sort through them a little bit. And I kinda wanna count them if I'm up to it. I don't know. I don't know if I could count that high. I don't know if I've ever counted this much of one thing. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can get the story of where they came from as well, from the gentleman that we're picking them up from. And then we'll go over it. So let me first show you some pictures of the ad, and then you can kind of get it in your head if you think it's worth $450 sight unseen. So leave your comments down below. Would you have bought these for $450 sight unseen? The guy had the ad up for just a little bit. I don't think there's a ton of people still buying tubes, and then especially if they don't know if they're radio or TV tubes or any of the part numbers. So I don't think the guy got much, you know, traffic on it, but I saw the ad go up yesterday. Donnie sent me the link, and I just reached out to the guy after seeing the picture and said, yeah, I'll take them for that. When can I come get them? And he took the ad down, and I'm headed to get them right now. So I think he probably knows about my store. I told him about our store and that if he brought them to me, I'd pay him yesterday, but he didn't have time to do that, so we're going to go by his house and pick them up. So I'm kind of excited about it. To me, it's fun. It's like a... Boy, I love motorcycles. It's fun. It's like a little mystery. You don't know what you're getting, and then also about half of them are either used or out of the box, so you don't know if those are all just bad tubes or if they're pulls that were good or what the deal is. You wouldn't think someone would save bad tubes, but maybe. So there are tons of pulls and there are tons of new ones, and it's kind of a mystery and it's kind of a puzzle, you know. Well, what does this go to? Ooh, I can't read the number on this one. It's irresistible. I love it. All right, folks, so I picked them all up. Let's see how many we got. What do you think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There's about 220, maybe 300, 400, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,050, 11, 20, 1,200, 1,350, 1,400. I'd say conservatively, the ones that are boxed, there's about 1,400 of them, and then who knows how many of the unboxed ones. But who knows if any of them are any good, but there is a bunch, and I've got 3 tube testers. Oh, and there's another ton up in the front of the truck. Looking at the picture, it looked to me like there's about 1,300 new ones and about 1,300 that are not in the box. And the ones that are in the box might not be new as well. They might just be replacements or something. The guy told me that he got them, he went around to local repair shops and picked them up 20, 25 years ago. But a lot of the places were TV repair places. So a lot of these are probably just for TV. But we'll take a little better look at them here in a little bit. But wow. All right, so I got the stuff home. I think what I'll do is I'm going to make a list and just see basically if it's worth the money. So first we've got this tube tester. It's a Dynajet 707. Dynamic mutual conductance. That's the good one, isn't it? Mutual conductance. Maybe not. Ooh, it's a B&K actually. B&K. So it's a B&K 707. Looks like it's in very nice shape. It's got the paperwork. I would probably value this at like 60 bucks. Maybe 80 bucks. Let me go look it up online and see if this is a particularly desirable one. I don't believe it is. I think I've got better ones than this already. So I don't really need another one, but you know, it's kind of one of those things where if you get gear that you don't have, you kind of like it, right? So yeah, this is the type of thing too, where if it doesn't work, you can repair it. All right, let me look it up and just make sure it's nothing super valuable. I don't think it is. It looks pretty run-of-the-mill to me. Well, damn. Actually, in kind of untested condition, it's worth maybe 160 bucks, something like that, and up. If it's been calibrated, they're selling for $300 or $400. So apparently, it's actually a decent tester. So that's cool. The gentleman gave me this, the story that he picked all these up from local repair places in Rock Hill after they stopped basically servicing tube equipment. And he said that this one belonged to like a TV repair shop in town that was famous. I can't remember the name that he used, though. I think he said Baker, but I might be wrong with that. So that must have been their kind of workhorse tester, I guess. That's interesting. All right, well, so I did good there. So I would value that at, let's say, $150. Would I pay $150 for it? Probably, if I knew what it was, like if I had looked it up. So maybe its value is $150. So that means we're in the rest of the stuff $300 bucks. All right, so we also have this little tester. This is a Payco Speed Check tube tester, model T61. A division of precision apparatus. So this isn't the dynamic kind, is it? So I think that makes them not as desirable. It's a speed check. All right, so let's do the same with that. What is a Payco T61 worth? So they don't have any T61s, but they've got a bunch of T60s and they've got some T62s. And it looks like they go between $60 and $150. It was a little kit that you put together, kind of like Heath kit. So we'll value it at maybe $50. How's that sound? So that means we're in the tubes $250. So it's getting better already, right? All right, so this appears to be 300 different tubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rows. So that's 230, 250, 270, 296. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, and some of the rows have 14. So I'm going to say that's 300 tubes. Probably most of them are television stuff that's not very useful on radios, but you can see some of the... I think I've used this one in a radio before. I guess every little bit helps. I don't have all the main ones memorized yet, so I don't know. Most of these, though, I don't think I've used in a radio. I've only done a handful of radios, though. But still, that's 300 tubes any way you want to look at it. I would love to find one of those magic eye ones, but they probably, the repair shop. And I'm going to put new with a question mark because we don't know if these are new or not. Let me open one up just to see. So this one, yeah, see, look, this one's actually been rewritten. So you know that's not new. Let's check this one. Let me carefully try to open it. I mean, I'd say that's a new one. So, most of them are probably new. Okay. So there's another little tube tester. This is a little ICO. This is just a little simple one. These aren't really great because they don't do the dynamic conductance or whatever it is that people like. Model 636, but that ought to be worth 20 bucks, shouldn't it? Even if it's just as a novelty. See, this is why whenever people write left-handed, it's all chicken scratch is because you can't hold the paper while you're writing. It moves all over the place. So yeah, there's that. And then this entire box is full of just loose tubes. All right, so there's just some little cheapo short tester, basically. Isn't going to do you much good, but I mean, what, worth $5? Then some various books, substitution books. I don't know, maybe all that's worth $15. Books and the little tester, the short tester. And then there are 165 used tubes in there. Now it looks like they're all, probably all television. I'm gonna test this one just because it looks awesome. Look how fat it is, and it's a Mitsubishi. That'll be the one that we see if it still works. Okay, so that's that box. Next box. All right, so there's this cooler full of boxes. Some of them appear new, some of them have numbers written on them, so they're probably not new, or they may have, the box fell apart and they wrote a number on it. But I estimate there's 35 new ones and 38 used ones. And then there are these little coffee cans that somebody has sorted by the prefix. So all of those start with 12. I saw a few in there that were for radios. Then we've got 10 and 8 and 4. I don't think any of those are for radios. And those were 53, 36, 59, and 77 used ones in each one of those. So now we got this box. Who knows what all those are? So this is somebody's sorting system. That's 6GH8A, and it does seem like every one of those is that. I looked it up. It's like a preamp that's usually used in television receivers and radio receivers. And then these are all various 12s. If you don't know, the prefix is the voltage. So that's 12 volts, 6 volts. So there's 178 of these, 144 of these. Next box. So this one had 10 new tubes and a couple multi vibrators. I think it's what it said. I haven't worked on any of those yet. I heard it had something to do with the power supply. And then this entire box is full of empty boxes, replacement boxes. So it's 2 cigarette boxes full of them. There's 208. They all appear to be new. But again, it's like 6 volt stuff. Most of the stuff I mess with is 12 volt. But I haven't done much, so who knows? I have seen some radios that do 6 volt stuff. I guess it just depends on if it runs off a battery or if it runs off of wall voltage, or just how they designed it. But yeah, 208 more new ones. Next box. A lot of these are bigger ones, I guess, from televisions or early radios. But I don't think these are that early because I've got too many pins. 205 of them in this box. I am literally counting each one just because I want to prove the, for the video. Just for you folks. I'm only doing this for you. It's not for my own personal reasons or anything. There's 205 tubes in that box. And I'm pulling out the ones that are broken. If you've never seen one that's messed up, if it's got a white spot on the side like that, I think they call that the getter. If that's white, it's just it's to show you that the vacuum is broken. I think they put that in there purposefully so that it'll turn white if it loses vacuum. So you'll see things like this. All right, so that one is no good. But all of those at least have their vacuum. It doesn't mean they're good. Maybe half of them aren't, who knows? But there's 205 of them in that box. Another random box of new ones that has 95 tubes in it. 6W4, 6AU4, GTA, 6AX4, GTB, 6AX5, 6J5, 6BA11, 6U10, 6K11, just all kinds of random stuff. Okay, another box. I put a bunch of them in there to fill that one up. 128 new, or we think they're new. So another 189 random tubes, and then there was another box of these, which is what we were counting earlier. So this is another 90 of these. So in this one box, there was 279 more tubes, all used. Okay, so that's 300 compactrons. I guess that's what those are called. And this is 123. I mean, there's so many, I have no clue what I'm ever gonna do with all these. I think there's still like 10 boxes left. So I think I vastly underestimated just how many tubes there were. So this is 423. And I don't even know what they are. So I guess I'm gonna be in stock for TV tubes, and hopefully some of these working radios. I'm gonna be stocking TV tubes for quite a while. All right, this box is a Zenith box. That's pretty cool, I guess. But they're stacked 3 high, and there's 336 of them in there, and I'm about tired of counting. There's still like 8 boxes in the truck that are falling apart, so I need to get some other boxes that are in better shape to get the stuff out of the truck, and it's dark outside right now. All right, so I'm just doing some math. If we figure that one tester was worth $150, the other tester's worth $50, the third little short tester or whatever was worth $20, and then the books and that little tiny tester was worth $15. That's $235, which means we spent $215 on the tubes if we accept those numbers. So $215 on the tubes so far, and I think we're only about halfway through, but so far we've got 1,084 new tubes, or what we think are new tubes, and we've got 1,687 used tubes. So if we valued the new tubes at 20 cents a piece, that would be about 215 bucks, and then all the used ones would be free. And then everything that's still left in the truck would be free. So I think I did pretty good. But I guess we'll have to, I guess I'll make another video counting the rest of the ones that are in the truck. I've got to wait till it gets daylight to do that, though, and I got to go pick up some boxes. The boxes are still in the truck, but if you try to lift them up, they're all falling apart. This guy said he'd had these for like 20, 30 years, and they were in his attic. So I don't think it will compromise the tubes, you know, if the getter hasn't turned white. I don't know that anything has deteriorated inside enough that it would matter where they were stored. I guess you could get enough corrosion on the pin legs that they wouldn't make good contact on the sockets and wouldn't be any good. But the boxes are just falling apart. The boxes that the tubes themselves are in aren't that bad, but this is a newer one, I guess, 50C5. That's actually a radio one. You know, they're not, it's not the end of the world. So hopefully they're all holding up pretty good. But yeah, so let me know what you think. You think I overpaid? I paid 450 bucks. And like I said, I think I've still got about half of them left in the truck. I don't know if I can get it bright enough out there where you can see it. So we got all this. That's probably a couple hundred. That's going to be a couple hundred. That might be another 100 new ones. There's 4 more cans of I mean, that's probably 200 of them there. So 2, 4, 6, 7, maybe another 100, 8. This is from the other side. These are more new ones. So it's probably another 200. So 1,000. That's going to be another 200, maybe 300. So 1,200, and then there's a box under it just like it, 1,400. That's a box that fell over. That's another 150. So 1,700. And then this, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. That's probably 400 or 500 tubes. So maybe another, at least another 2,000 tubes. Crazy. All right, folks, so this video is to be continued. Next time we'll test some of them out. Let me know what you think down below. Was I crazy to buy all these? Are all these TV ones useless now? What numbers should I be looking for? And somebody please tell me, what is the number of the magic eye? I want to find at least one magic eye in here. So I guess that's that. So I will see you on the next video. I'll be back next week where hopefully we'll test some of these and get the rest of the count. I wrote them all down. So when I count the other ones, I'll film that and write them down too so that we can get a grand total. But what are your thoughts about this collection that the guy had amassed? By those 2 boxes there I already had already. Everything else though was new. I got some tubes, people. I already had about this many to begin with. All right, so I'll see you on the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna try not to step on any glass. We'll see you next time.